Welcome to 2 cents short of a dollar, the show where we give our 2 cents, keep it 100. We're your hosts. That's Motiz. I'm Rue. Today in the boxing community, we want to talk about Agent Haney, Devin Haney, trying to do the Men in Black and use the little thing and erase our memories. So the fight has actually been ruled a no contest now, which we knew the Haneys were pushing for. So Devin Haney now doesn't have a loss anymore because him and Ryan Garcia is a no contest. Now, whatever you feel about that is what you feel about that, right? When it comes to the Ostarine and everything that has come out since the fight. But what I'm really kind of like shocked about is now Devin Haney's reached out to YouTube. He wants all like the highlights and I think just the footage removed from YouTube. It's like he wants us to forget that it ever happened. And I just can't think of another situation. People have popped dirty and have been caught cheating before. I just can't remember someone going to these extremes. If you can, please correct me. But what do you make of the situation?
I don't know, man. It's pretty diabolical if you ask me. Like to go to these lengths, that goes to that tells me that Devin Haney truly cared about his record. I think he really cared about chasing after Floyd, and I think that was more important to him and his legacy as opposed to really who he's fought. Yeah, Devin Haney didn't strike me as a person that was ducking folks or ducking other boxes, but to me, the way I look at Devin Haney now, especially, of course, we're myself and Rule, we're assuming that this is the case that he actually went to YouTube and actually requested this. But given that he's looking to sue Ryan Garcia for damages and the fact that he wanted this as a no contest, kind of shows there might be some truth to him going to YouTube and getting this all erased. I'm just disappointed if you ask me. I think, as a boxer, you take your losses on the chin and you kind of go on. I'm not mad about him actually, getting Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is supposed to be suspended. You have PEDs in your system. That's wrong. I'm not even necessarily mad at the fact that he won it ruled a no contest. However, my only issue with that is the inconsistency with that, especially with the previous boxers, right, that got caught, using PEDs. With Canelo, they didn't do a no contest there, right? I think Oscar Valdez, right, got caught with PEDs. There was no contest. And the list goes on and on. Even when you go back to Margarito, when he was caught with, bricks in his hands, right, cement, there was a no contest, right? So the inconsistency there is what gets me upset because there's no equitable outcomes for, those former boxers. So
yeah. It almost makes me feel like you have to be connected. I don't know with whom, but connected to get these kind of outcomes, right? Because like you said, historically, people have not been granted these no contests. Like Cotto had to live with that loss, right? He had to, go on and avenge himself, but he had to live with that loss. You know what I mean? So that part of it, I think, is kind of crazy. I hate the inconsistency as well, but I almost forgot about the suing. That's a pretty good point too. So Ryan Garcia is, I guess, suing for damages, saying this fight would not have went to purse bid and he's losing out on money because of what happened versus Ryan Garcia. I just think it's going a bit far. Like, you got the no contest ruling. Like, I would just say, all right, you know what? When you off suspension, let's get it again. And I'm going to kick your ass for what you did to me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I don't know. It's almost like I said, it's like he's trying to get us to forget. We're never going to forget. We're never going to forget. You know what I'm saying? What we saw was crazy.
Yeah. That's a tough pill to swallow, and you can argue whether or not the PEDs whether it had an effect on Ryan Garcia's performance. I believe it did. I don't think now in terms of by how much, that's a different story. But regardless, he still was getting clipped with that left hook. The left hook that Ryan Garcia only has, and you never made adjustments,
right?
But to go that far to have YouTube on speed dial, like, y'all gotta remove this. I gotta take this down. It's crazy to me. It's wicked. So
but you know what's crazy? You know who comes out? I mean, not necessarily but they come out looking very like credible in some of these things. Is Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis was the one who blew the whistle and said, "Yo, you had a loss before. You got it removed." He came out afterwards like, "Yo, some of the things this dude was doing was illegal in terms of the weight." The situation in my contract, I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So he was almost blowing the whistle like, yo, you have some underhanded tactics that just aren't really, what I'm saying? It's not honorable, and then Ryan Garcia came out and was like, all right, you know what? You want to play the weight game? I'm going to play the weight game. The
Yeah,
Oscar thing is a different kind of game. I don't know of Devin Haney using any substances like that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you want to play the weight game? I'm gonna play the weight game. And like you said, according to people, the only thing Ryan Garcia has is a left hook. Devin Haney said that. He echoed it. He echoed it. And the first punch he got hit with was the left hook. You know what I'm saying? And then I do get it, right? Pete is a banned substance. Banned substances are banned for a reason. But Ryan Garcia has been clipping people with this left hook for 20 plus fights now. You
that's
know, you
true.
know, you know what I mean? And it's just like, people always say it, and I know it sounds stale, but it's the truth. Styles make fights. And as long as Devin Haney shoots that bow and arrow jab and is not quick enough to react to that left hook, he's gonna get hit with it. And I just don't think the outcome's gonna change, Osterine or not, is my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I do still think it's wrong that he used it, but I'm saying, with or without it, if you continue to do the same thing and get hit with that hook, I think the results will not change.
I absolutely agree. Well said. Well said. And I think what is also disappointing is because before Ryan Garcia got popped for PEDs, Devin Haney was already making excuses with the 3 pounds. And
Mm-hmm.
going back to and man, Regis, yeah, he deserves some claps because he was saying it too. How Devin Haney was really utilizing or using the weight bully mechanism to have
Mm-hmm.
an unfair advantage, right? Going over the limit, over what the commission advises. But of course, they don't let them get away with it because they're essentially the next one up, which is very unfair, right? That's
Yep.
the form of corruption that's in boxing in a way. And then now, like you mentioned with the Mexico and the way Devin Haney's acting with this record, it makes me now think he probably may have scrubbed the loss off his record losing in Mexico.
They may know who to go to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now, I don't know if it's a situation where they probably have PEDs and whatnot, but my thing is, let me ask you this. If Devin Haney would have lost, him losing to Ryan Garcia, if the PEDs didn't come out, right, that Ryan Garcia popped for PEDs or Osterine, do you think Devin Haney would have requested a no contest because of the 3 pounds?
No, because I don't feel like he, with the 3 pounds, I don't think he thought he had enough to stand on, right?
Okay,
Because I think you had to, like, legally probably sign and say this is okay to continue, right? Because he
right.
came out and verbally said it was okay to continue, right? He never verbally agreed to fight him with the Osterine, so I don't think 3 pounds was enough to stand on to ask for a no contest.
Okay.
So I think he would have knew that. I'm not saying he would have wore the L. He'd have probably continued to say, "Hey, this was the reason. This was the reason." But I don't think he would have went the route of trying to get a no contest. And let's not forget also there was something fishy that happened when this first came out too. I forgot, what is it called? The New York State Athletic Commission. I think the previous, was it president or someone,
Step
someone
down.
is, they stepped down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Ryan Garcia is crazy, but he did say, that people were trying to frame him and stuff. So I'm not saying he's telling the truth. I'm not saying he's lying. I think the truth may be somewhere in the middle. There may be some kind of foul play somewhere, but he
Mhm.
did still have it in his system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard to say, because at least for me, I think there's definitely some weird shit going on, even on both ends, right? But
Mhm.
what we do know is, yes, Ryan Garcia had it in the system. Yes, Devin Haney is trying to eliminate every viewer on YouTube from watching his massacre or him getting destroyed, right, on YouTube in 4K, right? Yes, Devin Haney is attempting to sue Ryan for damages as well. So we just got to take what we will from that information and kind of see where things
See,
go. Do you think they rematch after the year suspension? Do you think they eventually fight?
I don't think Devin Haney wants to fight him again.
Okay.
I,
Even
I
with his claim saying that he's open to it.
Nah, I think he has to say that. I think that's PR. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? But I think, not every fighter is the same. But I think, remember, Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez, and when he did, he came back and he was on a rampage, stopping people, destroying people, right? I
Right.
think that's the way to kind of clean up your image after something like this. I think people are really going to hold this against Devin Haney, and not saying it's gonna. I just think people are gonna have more confidence fighting him. And I mean, if you can't beat him, you can't beat him, right? Confidence isn't everything. Like, because Regis Prograis was confident, right? But he couldn't beat him. But I
Yeah.
just think people are gonna look at him like, yo, it's kind of sweet, you know what I'm saying? And I do think things are gonna change in terms of Devin Haney. I don't know. I don't think it's for the better, but we got to see after the year suspension. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I don't think he really wants to fight Ryan Garcia again.
Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Time will
Yeah.
tell.
I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Do you think Devin Haney wants to rematch Ryan Garcia? Now that we have pretty much all the details, do you think Ryan Garcia took the Ostarine intentionally, or think he was taking something else that was contaminated with it? Make sure you guys jump in the comment section. Let us know.